Okay, so let's do an energy update for August the 17th. Well, we've talked about today a little bit already. So we'll just do August the 17th through the 23rd. If you've never seen me before, hello, my name is Stasia. I talk about astrology, right? I'm an oracle. I'm highly intuitive. Okay. I don't want to channel right now. So they're laughing because I'm saying that I'm highly intuitive and they're telling me like a joke, like so much so that I don't often see when I'm being intuitive. I miss a lot of shit and I'll be like, oh, okay. I knew that, right? So maybe you can be like that too, because it's like I was looking at energy today and I was looking at different aspects and things today. And there is a reality of the human being a habitual being, like we're habitual. And so a lot of the aspects and things that are conjunct to us or that are very close to us, we don't necessarily have perspective on because I'm a Gemini. I talk, right? If somebody came and was like, oh my God, girl, you talk a lot, I'm like, oh, okay. Like because I don't necessarily think about it or perceive it because it's just part of who I am in my energetic structure. Same thing with like a Virgo. You tell a Virgo, like, why do you want all the details? And they're like, what do you mean? So I can know. Duh, bitch. Like, what the fuck? So it's like this energy of like, we just are who we are. And sometimes somebody can come and offer you perspective of that, and we don't necessarily like that. So yes, I'm intuitive. Sometimes to my own, what's the word, spirit? Demise, god dang. But okay, 2 minutes in and we have not talked about astrology. Okay, so the week of August the 17th through the 23rd, there's some key things that I want to talk about. We are between eclipses. This isn't an important thing to know. We are dealing with a moon that is waxing, a waxing moon, meaning it's building itself up to be big and bright in the sky. And it is calling for us to take action, calling for us to move and get things done. We're growing, we're expanding into this fullness of ourselves. And this is post the first eclipse of the new moon, of like, okay, are we taking the risk? Are we having the conversation? Are we being authentic? Are we releasing the things that are the burdens and having realizations around those things? It's like this double type of energy. Like the South Node and Leo is saying, okay, well, this is the things that you need to release. We just had an eclipse there. There's some awareness as we move away from that energy where it's not so glaring and you are able to process a little bit better. And then it's asking you to also take the steps to release the thing. Like release is an action, especially intentionally. It's like, oh shit, I can't be in that relationship no more. I can't operate in that friend group. I need to change and get a different job. I'm not at my best in this situation. I have to make the move. And so there's this energy between eclipses with the moon waxing saying, are you doing those things? Okay. So La Luna, I rarely talk about the moon, but the moon is important. It's like the highlight of the show right now because we're between eclipses. The moon is moving through Scorpio, through Sagittarius, and through Capricorn. So there's some seriousness to our inner infrastructure, to our emotions, to our reactions. They're not coming from a place of like selfishness. I feel like they're coming from a place of like intensity. Like I'm sick of this shit. I'm tired of feeling like this. I'm tired of things being like this. Like I can't avoid this truth anymore. It's like I just can't. Like I feel like it's that type of energy with the moon. So it's good to know that as we go into the week, that our inner infrastructure is going to be not really playing with us. You might be feeling some type of way for sure. Let's talk about Monday the 17th. We have Mercury in Leo, and it is trining Saturn in Aries. Okay. We also have Venus, which is in Libra, and she is sextiling Jupiter. So on Monday, a day of thought. It's going to be a day of like getting things done, mental stimulation. Like there could be a lot of downloads with Mercury trining Saturn. It's going to be things that we don't even realize, like things that we just know we got to get done. You know, like, oh no, I need to, you know, make sure that the kids have had their doctor's appointments. I need to make sure that, you know, whatever the area of chart this is for you is where that's going to be very dominant. But it is going to be a day of thought, and it's going to be a seriousness to it. It's not really going to be like mindless chatter. I just want to play a game. I just want to, no, you're going to want to like make sure that your responsibilities are taken care of and that you have things in order on Monday. And there's a lot of support for you to do that, but you have to lean into the energy in order to get it done. So like you can choose to not always, it's a choice. But if you choose to like use August the 17th as a day to like make lists and get things done and work through things and think through things, it will be supported. And then with Venus and Jupiter, I feel like if you're single, it's a good day to like find love. I feel like if you are starting a relationship under this transit, it's really positive. I feel like the relationship is going to be something that makes you grow. And this could be any type of relationship, but it's going to be a relationship that expands you and that allows you to grow. I feel like it's a day of fair exchange as well. So you're going to get what you put out, even if it's in the long run. It's a day of like love and beauty and harmony. But whatever you put out, you're going to get back. Okay. So then on Tuesday, the 18th, we have the Scorpio Moon that is going to be inconjunct Aries and Gemini, and it is going to square Aquarius and Leo. So the moon is going to inconjunct what? Neptune, and then Uranus and Gemini, and then Saturn and Aries. Tuesday's going to suck emotionally. Tuesday's going to be like, which I'm sorry. I'm sorry for the dramatics. Where's the moon today? But Tuesday's going to suck emotionally. It's going to be like intense with the squares when planets are inconjunct, which is not really a transit I talk about a lot, but it is happening so much right now that I'm talking about it. Inconjunct means that they just don't get along. With the moon in Scorpio, the moon is having some friction with Neptune. So it's fucking confused. Like there's things that it still doesn't know. There's things that it still cannot see. And Scorpio wants to get to the bottom of stuff. Scorpio is like, okay, but you know, I need to know like the depth of it. I need to understand it. That's why Scorpios rule things that like kind of transcend like death and transformation or like deep sexual intimacy, because you have these experiences that allow you to know. And I feel like Scorpio is like, what the heck on Tuesday, because Uranus and Gemini is like, am I not, do I want to, do I not? Like there's this bouncingness that I'm feeling from the energy where Scorpio is like, okay, because you can't make up your mind. This whole energy update, it kind of feels odd, but the Scorpio moon and you know with Uranus and Gemini, it does feel like this energy. I'm feeling like Scorpio is the water, and I'm kind of seeing somebody going like, you're going too fast and it's making me sick. Like I can't process this. It's too much, too fast. Neptune and Saturn in Aries with this Scorpio energy, it feels like, and now I'm confused because it's too fucking foggy. What the heck? And I can't really understand what it is that I'm building or you wanting me to build. Like, what are you wanting me to do? Like, I can't put my emotions anywhere because I don't see the bridge. And Saturn is retrograde and Saturn is like, well, what have you done up until this point? And I just feel some frustration on Tuesday. The moon does trine Mars, right? And Cancer. So I put rest. Rest and take it easy. Be easy on yourself on the 18th because there's so much that I feel like is going to just really be intense and emotional. You may be tired. There's going to be things that are coming up from the depths of you. And this is all dependent on your personal natal chart, but just know that the energy is going to be very present. And because of that, we give others space, right? Because we're all going through this thing together. On Thursday, the 20th, the moon is going to enter Sagittarius. So it is going to oppose Uranus and Gemini. This is important for you to know. So Thursday, the 20th, the moon is going to oppose Uranus and Gemini. And it is going to stay. There's going to be things that you don't see coming between Thursday and when the moon actually moves into the sign of Capricorn on Saturday, the 22nd. There can be sudden shifts, sudden changes, things that come in, especially between eclipses. So just be, and 333, I'm seeing that. I'm also seeing 122. So just be mindful of that as of the 20th. That is what I wrote down for Thursday the 20th. So I don't think there's much else going on. Oh, the moon is going to also sextile Pluto. So this is a transformative energy. The energy that comes in is going to be things. You could meet somebody of like a powerful person, or you could have some type of powerful experience, or you can have some type of like transformative experience that happens on Thursday or Friday or Saturday before the moon moves again that really shifts your inner world. It does not have to be a negative thing, but there is the possibility of this with the energy and as the energy is coming forth. Friday, we have Venus opposite Saturn. So there's this Venus in Libra is like, I want balance and harmony. There are things that I desire. I want to feel aesthetically pleasing. And with the opposition to Saturn retrograde in Aries, it may be like a bad hair day. You may not feel your best. You may feel like, damn, I can't go and do this thing that I really want to do because I have responsibilities. You might not be able to go on the date because, like it's this type of energy. An opposition is like a seesaw. Something has to find balance. And with Venus is going to move along. But you could just be feeling some type of way on Friday and not your best aesthetically. You could be feeling like your weight. You could be feeling like just off, like I don't want to go because all my things are together. I'm not ready type of energy. But that energy will move, so I'm not going to harp on that. But just know that Venus is going to oppose Saturn in Aries. And then on Saturday the 22nd, the moon enters Capricorn. Okay? And this is where we start to realize on Saturday, like, dang, society is also going through some shit. There may be things that are exposed to us where it's like, okay, so the government has been fucked up, right? I feel because Capricorn is the government. That's the only reason I'm saying that. Capricorn is also structures and buildings. And so we could just find things out on Saturday. And then the sun enters Virgo. Virgo, my Virgo. The reason why this is important, and I'm going to do my separate thing on this, is because this is where the South Node just was. And I feel like the sun moving into Virgo before we have this Pisces eclipse on the 28th is very significant. It is going to tell us where we need to focus. But I feel like we're going from a different perspective. Virgo is this energy of like, they like things together. They're also willing to sacrifice themselves in order for like things to come together. There's this validation or need of validation. They're very detail oriented. They're like, okay, so Leo was big and bright, like too much sun. What are we doing now? How are we doing it? What path are we taking to do it? Are we, I want the details. But with the South Node just leaving Virgo, we learn that we may not know the full path to get to the next point. And it is important for us to remember that as the sun moves into Virgo. But it is going to give us practical ways, practical things that we can do to accomplish this thing. And then on Sunday, we have the sun in Virgo, which is going to try Chiron. And so we have a lot of groundedness on Sunday because Chiron is retrograde in Taurus. I feel like collectively, Chiron and Taurus, this energy of like our resources and this energy of what are we doing with that as a collective? This is also in your own personal natal chart. I feel like it is going to be important on Sunday where you start to go, okay, I got to do something about this, but I'm not really sure how to, because Chiron is like the wounded healer. And there's this space and this vulnerability that comes with that energy. And with the sun in Virgo, you're going to want to, there's this support because it's a trine. So there's this support to like be practical in your approach, even if you don't know the full way. Okay. That was the astrology forecast. A bit of a hot ass mess, but I hope that it supports you. Overall, I want you to remember that Monday is going to be a day of thought. That Tuesday is going to be a heavy emotional day, so take it easy and rest. That Thursday through Saturday, there could be changes. There could be powerful adjustments that are positive, that adjust your world between eclipses, that we are between eclipses. And then that the sun is going to move into the sign of Virgo and the moon is going to move into the sign of Capricorn on the 22nd, which is going to be this groundedness of energy, this practical approach to things. And then we're going to set ourselves up for this next eclipse, which is a full moon. And this is waxing energy. We should be doing things. We should be getting things done post the solar eclipse. I love you.